I can throw legs chops, I can throw the arm, I can throw shoulder, and that's about it. Right? When you start getting into B range, then people are throwing high crosses. Yeah. They're throwing some wraps, some dark sides. And that's where bell, for the most part, stops. Right? 90% of your engagements happen from here, right? You're flirting, somebody might die, you might get a pick. Eventually, it comes to here and then somebody dies. Right? But there's a whole different game that comes from here to here to here. And I like fighting a range. Like this is my comfort zone. Because I got I'm a fat kid, but I have a whole lot of fucking hand speed. Right? And so I'll like do weird janky shit, double tap people, do weird fakes, throw them out here. But as soon as people come in and they start wanting to fight me in this range so they have a big shot selection, that's the point where you just all in. Right? And once you're here, you have a whole lot different shot selection. But coming from here, you're fighting in this range. Once they initiate and come into that B range, it's very little work to then, again, capitalize on the range game and change it, right? So a Molinet is, you have this cross shot, which is a high cross, right? Which you throw out of B range. And it's dangerous because if you fail, you're really extended. And 90% of average bell fighters get into this game where that's all they throw, and it's a matter of trying to beat the other guy to this deep, all-committing shot. Right? So in SCA, when you throw offside like that, because
the weapons
you can't develop enough power.
Yeah.
Okay, so body mechanically wise, the concept of throwing while your shoulders are cocked back this way and throwing a shot that's going to land that target, it doesn't work. It only works in bell because the shot calibration is lower.
And also the weapons are lighter.
Okay, right. So, but even the power difference is completely different.
Yeah.
So if I throw this shot, right, cross shot, right, versus this, there's a shit ton more power in that shot. Right? So, SCA people, they fight at this range. You got to cock your shoulders this way, right? Throw this, because those regular cross shots will never happen. Well, what naturally occurs is that, okay, you come in, and that crossbody in a slow, you can't really cock as well when you're in real close, right? So from this position, because that's the idea, this is your neutral guard stance, how do you throw with enough power to that position? Well, you come in, throw in, and then your body will, your wrist at some point, if you don't extend, will naturally turn this way, right? And then you have these arcs. So the Molinet comes in and you throw, right? But it leaves you in a different position. So mid-range, you throw cross and your arm's extended, right? Molinet, and you can basically still be tucked behind the shield. So the idea is that if you're going to throw that shot, rather than, if your opponent takes a step in from long range, you take a step in. Rather than to me throw to here, the solution then to keep my defense is to throw the Molinet as I step in.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Gives me a different angle. But that idea, I mean, the whole concept of the Molinet, the body mechanics come from, okay, so you've gotten to this point, right? You've thrown a shot, your wrist is turned, all the power development comes from this arc.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which is
Right?
gonna help with the master blade.
Right. Like, if you, in any position, if you've got a good arc, you can develop power. But there's a lot of other ways you can do that. Or a lot of other body positions you can do that. So one of the big shots that I throw, and it's an SGA shot, and it stems from me learning how to tag people's forearms because they cheat their forearms all the time, is that because I never could cheat the forward chicken wing a little bit for me. Like this. Like that. Okay. So I would, in the SCA, I would never be able to develop the power to throw from this body position down here to make a solid shot. I didn't have enough power because of the angle which that shot is coming in at. Because it can slide off their armor in the SCA. In Bell, that's legal right? So what I had to develop when people were cheating their arm like that, it was an obvious target for me for my bell brain, was okay, I have to change my body mechanics enough so that I can develop the power. So what I did is from this, but I wanted to stay from this side. I didn't want to crank all the way over here to do it because you're telegraphing the shot,
Yeah.
right? So how it transitioned from this is I said, okay, well, I have to use those arcs, right? If this arc is coming at such a steep angle that's just going to glance off their armor, I have to throw a different arc, right? So the shot became, okay, well, if I rotate my hand just a little bit this way, and I throw the arc this way rather instead, I'm not cranking all the way across my shoulder, but I'm still getting enough to do it. So the shot becomes here. And it's just, when it comes in, I got a good arc.
It's like a Molinet except with your elbow starting
Correct.
a little bit more.
Okay,